welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for coming by. If you're new here, welcome and be part of the family. If you're returning, welcome back. Now in today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 main things I like about Italy. I know there is so many things that I like about Italy, but I've just compressed this to 5 main things I like about Italy. If this is something that may interest you, please consider watching till the end, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and comment down below what's your favorite thing that you think you might like about Italy. So without further ado, let's go into the video. There is something about Italian food. Like, I love Italian food. You know, there is a lot of, tradition in even preparing the meals. It's just beautifully made, and the meals are very tasty. You know that foods like pasta, and these are foods that are made by the grandmothers, and it's a family thing, and it's well prepared. There's a lot of connection between making the meal until it gets on the table. There is a lot of recipes. They call them ricetta here, and pasta is like the staple food here, and it's just fantastic. Now, another thing is the pizza. Who doesn't like Italian pizza? The classic margherita pizza is just wow. The way they prepare the pizza, it's just amazing, and very little ingredients are put there so that the taste is not corrupted by too many ingredients. And that's something I think which is really important. Sometimes when you put a lot of ingredients, it can just corrupt the taste. The classic margherita pizza is one of my best, and I like it. Now, another thing that we have to speak about Italians when we talk about Italian food is the wine. The wine is part of every meal in most homes. Like, there is always a time. Italians have a way of connecting with their families in having meals. So the dinner or the lunches are very important in the family setup. So a glass of wine is one of those things that they really enjoy having when they're having their meal. What I like about the wines here are very good quality, even in a standard restaurant, and very affordable. Talking of delicious meals, Italians have a way of just, the tradition of the food and the culture is very strong. So let's say this is a Sunday lunch or a Sunday brunch with the family. They like to eat together. Delicious meals. We've talked about pasta. There's pizza, which is mostly enjoyed like on Sunday or once in a week in every family setup mostly. And talking of those delicious meals, you can't afford to forget about the famous gelato. So gelato is the ice cream. This is how they call it here in Italy, and especially in a hot day like now, warm weather, they really like to enjoy ice cream, which is gelato. The Italian setup of the meal on the table is you have the primo, which is mostly pasta, and then the second, which is the secondo, which is mainly maybe some kind of meat or fish. We're going to talk about how their seafood here is amazing and prepared very carefully. Now you have the secondo, which is the either the meat or the fish, that kind of thing. And then we have now the dessert. The dessert, which is you can have a torta, which is a cake prepared from the family, in the family, or you can have a gelato if it's warm, if the weather is warm. So there is like well prepared pasta or lasagna, and then you have now the meal, the meat or the fish with some salad, and then now you have the dessert, which is going to be maybe a cake, a piece of cake, or you can have gelato, which is an ice cream. So the ice cream is very good here, and it's so creamy, it's so good. It's variety of flavors. I think I've had seafood here a lot more than the rest of my life, because the culture here encourages a lot of seafood, and there's a variety of seafood. I remember this one time we went to Puglia, which is the southern part of Italy, and we were having seafood there every other time in the hotel, and it was even in the restaurant, it was just amazing. So the food is just, so the next thing I like about Italy is the architecture. If you love your history, or if you like to see beautiful palazzos, they are so many and so beautiful. Whether it's in the center of the city, like here in Milan. I remember one time, it was December, I did a vlogmas at one of those videos was in Milan, and I was showing you the beautiful palazzos. They call palazzos here, and they are really beautiful, like kind of apartments, but really good architecture, like what I'm showing you right now. So the architecture is so beautiful, so much history is in there, and it's beautiful. Rome, let's say like Rome, there is a lot of buildings which have so much history, like the Colosseum, which is an ancient building, and also there is a lot of big history in church history, like the cathedral where I also went, and I took some photos which I'm going to insert over here as well, and the famous Duomo, which is here in Milan, that I have gone there so many times because it's so beautiful and you can't get. The next thing I like about Italian culture, or Italy, is once you connect with the families. Let's say you have a friend and then they introduce you to the family. Once you connect with the family, you become like part of that family, and they really enjoy get-togethers, and they always create something. They always have a reason to meet and have a lunch, or meet and have dinner. So if you come to Italy, whether you're coming to stay or you have a friend, feel free to connect with the Italians. And let me tell you, once you connect with them, you will always feel at home. They will always invite you for dinners or for lunches, and it's going to be amazing. What I like about the family connections is they make you feel so much at home. They want to learn about your culture. They even sometimes give you even the chance to, try and, prepare their meals if you're interested. That is, if you find a lady who is a bit much older, who likes to cook, like the nonna means the grandmother. So if you find a grandmother in that family who likes to cook, and she's the one who does most of the cooking, it's always so much fun. I have one of that, and I like when I go there and then I have to help her in the kitchen, and then she tells me how to do this and the history about it. The mom used to prepare this. It's just so much joy and connection. So that is something I like, and it really makes me to feel so much. Or another thing I like about Italy is their language. The Italian language is so beautiful. It's kind of romantic because they tend to like sing along the words. Ciao, come stai? Tutto bene? You see, it's really calming, and it's so much romantic. I really like how they speak. And then another thing, it's also kind of dramatic in another way. It's also kind of dramatic in a way because they like to speak with their hands a lot, like hand gestures so much. Like someone will tell you, every hand gesture has a meaning. Like there is so much, like someone will tell you, or someone says I'm going, or someone, like there is so much hand gestures in the language, and it makes it a bit dramatic but really also beautiful. And I like the way they are very keen to listen, even when at first you don't know how to articulate the words very well. They're very kind and patient, and they correct you the right way how you have to say it, because the Italian language, especially for an English speaker, it's a bit on the, it's not very easy to articulate the words at first, especially if you're new, and they know that. And then there's the issue of masculine and feminine, and it's just a whole new thing. But they are very keen, and they're very helpful to help you to understand and learn the language. But the language is so beautiful. It's like someone is singing, ciao, come stai? Tutto bene? Come va? It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I like it. And there another thing also in the language, I would just insert it. I would say they're very courteous. Everything you do, they keep saying grazie, grazie, thank you, thank you. Like if they make a favor to you, if they do a favor to you, they will just, when you tell them thank you, which means grazie, they will say niente or figurati. They're very courteous people. Even with the little things, they like to appreciate people, and it's just one thing that the next thing I like about Italy is the scenery. The beautiful scenery of Italy is just amazing. Like you have everything you would need, from beautiful beaches, beautiful clean beaches, to amazing mountains. And there are also hilltops that are really beautiful with amazing castles. I remember this one time we were coming from Rome, we were driving, and there was somewhere in between, I can't remember the name, sorry, but if I find it, I'm going to insert it over here. So there is a lot of hilltop castles, and there's so much history in it. So there is a beautiful, it's so beautiful. The scenery is really beautiful. So if you're a person who wants to explore from the mountains to the amazing beaches, to all that, this is a really good place to come. And then they have clear water beaches, like so magical, so beautiful. But Italy is beautiful. Like I'm trying to find myself that I can explore Italy as much as possible, because I feel like it's too beautiful. It's too beautiful to just, stay in Milan. Another thing about the scenery is the lake, beautiful lakes. And the ones that I've visited here, like Lake Como is beautiful. And there's so much adventure that you can do from the lakes. There is boat riding, there is cruising, there is surfing. There is so much activity you can do. And like Lake Como is not so far from Milan. So it's about 40 minutes, about 40 to 1 hour, depending which part of Milan. But it's a really beautiful place to go on Sunday, especially when the weather is a bit warm, like right now. You can take the family. There's so much adventure for every person, from the kids to the parents. It's so beautiful. And there is a lot of places to see along the lakes. There's beautiful houses, beautiful castles. Even some of the American celebrities have homes there. So you guys, we have come to the end of the video. I will see you in my next one. Let me know on the comment section if you guys like this kind of content, and we are going to explore Italy together. And also, if you like this kind of video, please smash a like button, and it's much appreciated. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me a lot. All right, I'll see you in my next one. Stay blessed, stay safe.